God, they closed it. They closed it. They closed Lido Creek. I'm gonna do my video. Road closed. Damn it.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so my original plan was to go to Lido Creek because it's like a long strip, and then I was going to rip it up and down so you can hear the FuelMoto map and the default map, but they shut it down. They're doing construction on that thing. So I think I'm going to do on this road here, I'm just going to scope it out first. Yeah, it's a pretty long stretch right here, but I got to scope this out first because I remember there used to be a cop over here, and like he sits and he waits to see if anyone's like just speed racing it down here. So far it looks good. Let's see, where you at, copper? See, like he used to sit right here, right in this bank right here, and he would chill right in that gate right there and try to catch people. I don't see anyone today, so we're gonna do this. It's a good road. Alright people, today I am going to do a little review of the FuelMoto map that I've downloaded from FuelMotoUSA.com. They provide custom maps for whatever stage you have on your bike. I have a stage 1. So what I'll do in this video is I'm going to rip it up and down the street here with the FuelMoto map and also the default map so you can see how it is. And don't worry, I'm going to explain everything why I'm doing this. I think I've been getting a lot of questions about like, why don't you just run the map that's, you know, made for your setup, or why don't you dyno this, or why don't you auto tune it? You know, like I'll answer all of those questions after here, and you'll understand why. Because I noticed this when I did my PV4 review, and there were some questions about that. And you know, it's only if you run a tuner and you mess with a lot of the maps that you know why I'm doing this. But that's the game plan. I'm gonna let you know how this FuelMoto map runs right now. I paid $100 for it through FuelMotoUSA.com, and they are a very popular company that gives you custom tuned maps for your setup, for whatever tuner you have. Alright, here we go. I have on Bassani sweepers, the radial sweepers. I have on a Arlen Ness Monster Sucker right here, and I am running the DynoJet PV4, and it's running the FuelMoto custom map that I emailed to them, my setup, and then they custom tuned. They sent me a map. I loaded it into my phone. Very easy process, by the way. I'll go over that near the end of the video. I'll show you how I bought it. Alright, this is the FuelMoto map. Third gear, fourth gear, fifth gear. Okay, you hear a minor popping there. I'll shift down a gear, shift down another gear. Let's go back. So you hear like some of that minor popping. It's not a big issue, because when you're running the stock map, it is popping a lot. It's really loud, and at least for my bike. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to load up the default map after, and you'll hear how it's popping.
5 minutes later.
Alright, so I loaded up the DynoJet PV4 Stage 1 stock map. So it sounds like, and the DynoJet PV4 comes with 2 stock maps only. Only 2 maps. Unless you download some from their website, but it just comes with 2, stage 1, stage 2. So I load up the stage 1. Here we go, PV4 stock map. Fifth gear. Shifting down. I'm just noticing more popping. It takes a while because I still had the other map, I think, running through it, but oh, you hear that pop? It's so loud. But after a while, like when you're running it for a while, it just pops so much. So you hear all that? It's just getting too much fuel. But don't get me wrong, like if you don't want to spend the money on it, you know, run the PV4 stock map. You're just gonna get a lot of that without popping, and you know, it's just more fuel running through it. It was just annoying me so much. It was just so loud around my neighborhood every time I came back and getting out, and I just wanted a better tune for my bike. I'm really low on gas right now. You know what? I'm gonna do one more flyby, and then I'll go get some more gas. I'm burning through it while I'm doing this. So like every time I let go of the throttle, it's just pop, pop, pop. And sometimes it's just really loud popping. See, like, it's just constantly popping. It's just too much fuel with the stock mount, so it doesn't feel good.
Five minutes later.
Alright, so I decided to load up FuelMoto's revised map that they sent me, because like I told you guys, I wrote them again, they sent me a revised map. So I loaded that up, and I'm gonna ride and go get gas right now. And while I'm going to get gas, I'm gonna answer some questions. Woo! Yeah, see, this revised map feels good. Look, barely any popping. It feels good. Everything is smooth. So big thumbs up to FuelMoto. I like their map. I'm happy about it. So let's answer your questions. Why don't I just load the right map? I had someone comment about this when I made my PV4 video, and the guy was like, just load up the right map. And so DynoJet is not a tuning company. I think they just sell devices, right? And they only provide you with 2 stock maps, stage 1, stage 2. And these are like generic. When you're running a stage 1, stage 2, all this stuff, like, you have custom pipes. Well, look at all this gravel and rocks down here. You have your own setup, and you need the map to know what setup. And so that's why when I wrote FuelMoto, I told them I have Passani pipes. There's so many pipes out there. I have the Arlen-S filter. There's so many filters. And then I'm running the PV4. I do not recommend getting the PV4. I'm going to talk about why. But that's why you can't just load up the right map, because they don't have it. And DynoJet does have a website where they have more maps. And if you watched my first PV4 video, that's what I talked about. I went to the website, I loaded up those maps, and it was difficult. They don't just have it on the device. You have to download it to the computer, load it up to the tuner, and then load it up to the bike. So I did that as a test because, like I said, they only had 2 stock map. What the heck is going on up here? Why is it all congested? I don't want to go there then. I want to go this way. But yeah, that's why you just gotta run their stock map and see how it runs for your pipe, right? Otherwise you go and get it dyno jet or dyno tuned. So that's another thing that people were asking me, like, why don't you just get it dynoed? So it costs a lot of money to do dyno, and I'm not willing to pay that just for a, you know, a Sportster here. If I was running a Harley Lowrider S like Albert, yeah, I'll probably dyno tune it and get the most out of it. But this is just a Sportster, you know, it's just a Sportster, and these maps are just okay. So I'm okay with this. And FuelMoto is just a great option if you want to tune it a little bit better. And that's what it feels like to me right now with their tune. It feels good. I'd rather go with the Vance & Hines. That's what I had on my 883. I had the Vance & Hines FP3, and I really suggest that because it has a bunch of maps loaded up in the tuner, not just 2 stock maps, and it has the auto tune. And that's what I was using on my 883. Even though it takes some work to auto-tune it, but it has an auto-tune, right? And so yeah, why don't I get it auto-tuned? The PV4 doesn't have auto-tune. I'm waiting for it. Once they release it, if they ever do, I'm gonna run the auto-tune and I'll let you guys know. But like I said, go with Vance & Hines because I think they have the FP4 now, and it has auto-tune and all this, so just do that one. And what you do is, a lot of people would also buy the FuelMoto map and then run the auto tune on top of that map. You just got to find the right, you know, kind of stock map or whatever map that will run fine on your bike, and then run another auto tune on top of it. Because with the auto tune, you have to run it for a while. So that's how it works. And there you go. That's why I don't have any of those options. And I could have kept on running the stock PV4 map on this. Like I said, they had 2 of it. They had the stage 1, they had the stage 2. I ran both of them, and it just doesn't run as good. And I told you it was just popping a lot, and it was annoying the hell out of me. And yeah, listen to this. It's just, you know, this one runs good. FuelMoto map just runs pretty smooth to me. That's how I feel about it. It is running the second revision on this, like I said, so it is getting a little bit more popping. But that's the cool thing about FuelMoto. You ask them to kind of like tweak it a little bit, and they'll tweak it. And I believe it's a lifetime buy. So for $100, I buy the map. It's a lifetime, you know. I can have them keep tweaking it, or I think I can. So if I ever plan on switching out to another pipe, and I was planning on doing that with the SPC pipe. They have a new one. It looks really badass. It's a 2-in-1 pipe. Then I was going to write FuelMoto and say, hey, I have this pipe now. Can you send me a new tune? And they'll send me a new tune. So that's the cool thing about it. I did not make this light. So yeah, I'm just gonna ride around some more, let you listen to this revised map, because I do feel like they just kind of let more fuel through, since I was telling them I wanted a little bit more power out of it. And that's not how it works, by the way. If I want some more power out of this bike, I gotta get a 2-in-1, because it's running Basanis right now, and I know the 2-in-1 gives you a little bit more power. But it's fine, you know, like, it's running good right now. Look at this, take it off. Oh yeah. It feels good on the top end. That's how I feel about it. It feels good on the top end with the FuelMoto map. yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on your FuelMoto map, if you loaded one up, or if you've been thinking of maybe getting this map, because it's $100. I'll show you in a video right here how what you got to fill out, what form, and submit the info, and then you buy it. Yeah, listen to that. See, when I let go of it, it's not really popping too much. The default map was just pop, 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 you know, it's just constantly popping. So I'll show you right here how I bought it. You go to FuelMoto website, they have a form. You just really tell them your setup. And oh, another thing is too, like you got to tell them what email that you set up on your tuner, because I used another email on there to log in, and they will send the map directly to your tuner. That's the cool thing. I thought I would have to download it onto my computer and then load it into the tuner and then do all this stuff, but all they do is they share the map with you, and it goes right into your tuner. So when I linked up my tuner to my bike, when I turned it on, it says FuelMoto has shared a map with you, download it here, and then you just download it, it goes right into your tuner, and then you just tune it. It's really fast. And you know, that's the only good thing that I've seen from the PV4 here is the shared map thing. I don't know why they couldn't do that with their other maps. Like, why didn't they load up all the other maps for me into the tuner from their website? I had to go to the website and download it, and that was just a hassle, you know. And I wanted to test all those maps out. If you watched my other video, the PV4 video, that's why I had to download it all and do this whole thing just to test it out. And a lot of those maps were cracked. Maybe that's why they didn't do it, because the maps were cracked. And I am selecting the right map for my bike. I'm only selecting the sporty maps with the 1200 engine. And you know, I've been doing a lot of tests with this PV4, and I just like the Vans and Hines more. That's my comment on it. I like Vans and Hines because they have auto tune. They had all these maps, and when I could load up a Vans and Hines map that has just so many, and then auto tune on top of that map. But I remember I was running one of the 2-in-1 maps that they had, and it ran good for my TBR that was running on it. So that was something I remember. Like, I had a good map running on it, but now that I have, you know, this bike and a different pipe on it, I have to load up something else. I felt gypped because when I first bought the PV4, I read into them. They had all these commercials saying how easy it was, and everything is on the tuner, and then I just assumed that they were gonna have I think they were saying like auto tune coming soon too, and then I was like, all right, by the time I mess around with this, auto tune will be there. And then I think they just said everything would be like, it's on mobile, like, you can do everything on the mobile phone, but it was wrong because they only had 2 maps in there, and everyone was pissed about that they only had 2 stock maps. Everyone's like, what the heck, like, where are the maps? And then no auto tune. And then, like I said, it was hard to, like, they have this software that you use to do any other tuning with it, but the software only works on PC. I use Mac computers. I don't have a PC, so I couldn't do anything. I had to ask Albert for help to load up maps. It was such a hassle, and I wrote them, and they didn't give me good support on it either. And they were just, it was horrible. Get gas here. Let's go over here. How much is gas today? $6.49. Damn, that's cheap. It's cheap, right, guys? Let's get it all in there. All right, we topped it off. $14. That's how much it is now. And it used to be $7, but now it's $14. I hope this video helped you guys out on deciding what to do. Woo! Push see you guys in the next video. Oh, peace out.